Hey y'all, it's Deidre. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for pressing play. I hope you'll enjoy your time here. Maybe get something from it. I don't know. Welcome. Anyway, I was just thinking about how God always knows what we want, even if we don't say it out of our mouth, right? I mean, I've learned that you are never really hiding anything from the Father. You just not. He knows what you want before you even know that you want it, which is why you end up wanting a certain thing. When you want something really bad and it's not like hurtful, bad, sinful, it's something that you just can't stop wanting, i.e., to get married, to start a business, a certain job, to travel to another country, just stuff like that that just won't leave you alone. A lot of times it's not your own thought. You either one want it because he wants it for you, or two, you want it because it's already your reality and now it's time for your human form, your 3D form to catch up to it, right? They say whatever we want, we already have. We just have to walk into it and be that. Anyway, case in point with the first thing, that God already knows what you want. So in 2023, really for years, I'm not gonna lie, for years I've been wanting a Jeep Wrangler, right? Or a I can't think of the other one, but I've always wanted a Jeep, chunky, like on big tires, sitting up high. Um, that I really can't remember the type of Jeep, but like the Jeep Wrangler sitting up on big tires. I really wanted the black initially, and then once I saw the white sitting up on big tires, I was like, I gotta have the white Jeep sitting up on big tires. The other option would have been a gray, right? So every day I had took some pictures from Pinterest, and I had a few different Jeeps sitting up high on the big tires. Um, and I would post them every day in this little booklet. On my iPad, I have it's like it's like a journal, but it was blank, so you can just post up there or you can write. So I used to post a collage of the white Jeep, the black Jeep, and the gray Jeep. And then my other option, if I didn't get the Jeeps, was some kind of Audi. I didn't care what kind of Audi it was. I was just like, it don't even matter. All of them are cute, either or. These are what I want, right? But when I would get offers to come get a new car from certain places, there was a particular car I used to look at every time. I'll look to see if they had a Jeep, and then I'll look to see if they had this other car, right? All the time. I never told anybody that I liked this car. I really end up thinking that I would date somebody that just had the car just so I can be in there because it's a boy car. And then I did end up like hanging out a little bit with somebody that had the car, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I spent like a year of this in 2023 just posting and just, looking at it and just be like, okay. But my only thing was, I'm like, if I get this Jeep, I want it to be on the big tires. That's the only way. So I was like, if I get the Jeep, I'm going to want to have the tires and to be able to trick it out like what I normally see. So I was like, that's going to take more money. So I'm just like, ugh. I just wait till my business is started and use my business line credit, business number or whatever to get it. But anyway, so months later, I got an offer for like, hey, come get a car. And then I got another one and I didn't take advantage of it. But I can remember at this time walking out of the parking lot for my job and just being underwhelmed when I saw my car, which was a Chrysler 2000 with tinted windows. Like nothing major. Nothing was wrong with it. It was just underwhelming. I said Chrysler 2000. What is that? Chrysler 200. So yeah, something was telling me like, hey, it's time for something different. I didn't understand it, but like after just not being as happy to see my car as I was just like, okay, whatever. So I remember one day losing my like a earphone in the car, and the way it fell between the seat and the middle console thing in the car, and so I had to dig for it. When I'm digging for it, a piece of paper is there, and it was like an advertisement for a car. Come get a car, whatever. So I took the advertisement back inside to my job, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, let me just see. So I go to the website and I'm looking, and I'm like, let me just put my info in just to see if I can get a car. Let's just whatever. By the time I got off of work and headed home, I got a phone call from somebody from the dealership. The dealership wasn't even in the city. It was in Mississippi. But I was telling him my situation, and I told him I already had a car. That I already had a car. But he was like, that's no problem. Send me your information. Send me your, what you call it? Check stubs, license, all of that stuff, and just let me know. So I didn't hear from him for about a day. And then the day after that, he called and he was like, hey, everything looks good. Did you see anything you wanted on the site? And I'm like, let me go look and see. So the first thing I see is a Jeep. I'm not lying. Okay. There were other cars, but that stood out for what I want was a Jeep. But it was orange. And I was like, and it didn't have the tires. But the tires that it was on, it was nice, right? I would have taken it. And then the next thing I chose was this Challenger, which when I first went on the website, the Challenger is one of the cars that stuck out. So then I was going to choose this BMW, but my daughter has a BMW X6. So I was like, I'm going to let her have the BMW, thing by herself. So then I was like, I don't know if they're going to let me get the Jeep, the Challenger. So I chose something else, and then I chose a Toyota. I forgot what model, and that was that. So I feel like it was the next day he called me and he was like, hey, so we got you approved for the Challenger. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, the blah 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 blah. I was like, right? And I'm like, he was like, yeah, so I just need you to put some insurance on it. I didn't have to do no money down, and they drove it down here to me, right? The whole process took 3 days. I called on a Wednesday. He got back to me on that Thursday afternoon, and then Fridays when he called me and was like, and told me what I got approved for, and I just had to add it to my insurance, send the insurance thing. I didn't have to pay any money to do that. Just, send the info to the agent, and then he sent all the paperwork to me. I sent it to them, and the car was delivered to me Friday. We're talking about 3 days. When I tell you, nobody ever knew that I really wanted a Challenger. Nobody ever knew that I wanted a Challenger, right? So I'm just like, God knew that I wanted a new car. He knew that I would never step out to get another car. He knew what car I really wanted, even though all my coworkers, everybody knows me, will say, oh, she wants a Jeep. If people don't remember that I wanted a Jeep, they remember that I wanted a Tesla at some time. I never talked about wanting an Audi, but everybody that knows me know I wanted a Jeep. But nobody really knew and understood how bad I wanted a Challenger. And I got that car. And it's been over a year. It was so easy to get. I always say, if it's easy, if it flows, it was meant for you. If something is too hard, it's not meant. And I feel like that with everything. If you're trying to buy a car and it's just this, it's too much. Sometimes you let me take that back. Sometimes you can go try to buy a car and it's easy and it's still a miss. But like a lot of stuff, if we have to try and try and try, like if you apply for apartments and it's just too much, oh, show me this, send me that, or you need to add this much money, or you need this, it's not for you. When it's for you, it flows. When it's for you, it's because God already told you you can have it, which is why you even thought to go try to get it. So, yeah, with that car, I was just like, and it all started from me just being like, at my car when I went out there. My car was beautiful to me. I don't know where this came from, but it happened so fast. One day it was just a thought, like, let me see. By the third day, I had that car. No money down. Right? And I'm so grateful. I love this car. People always try. People treat you differently when you in a Challenger, except for the Challengers. All the Challengers I pass be minding their business, strolling along. Sometimes, somebody with a big boy might, like hit it just to show you. But it's everybody else that lose their mind. It's the Mustangs. It's the Altimas. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, like the Nissan Altimas. It's the Kia Souls. Like I would ever race a Kia Soul. Like I wasn't even a racing person initially. And now I'm just like, so yeah. All right. I just want to say, look, the process of me getting my car took 3 days. But I applied on the Wednesday. Got a call back that Wednesday. Sent my information that Wednesday. Got a return call on that Thursday. And then was told to choose a car. Chose a car and got a call back on that Friday. Which chose, sent 3-4 cars, 3 or 4 options. Then got a call back on that Friday saying I got approved for the Challenger. And then I needed to do the insurance and all of that. And then the car was delivered to me on that Saturday. So yeah, 3-day process, but yeah, effortlessly. Okay. So yeah, that's just some encouragement to just say that, like, even if you don't say it out of your mouth, like watch what you think about, feel about. Make sure it's like pure, honest, because God already knows it's there. You know what I'm saying? And then with your desires, like you can, because of what you think people may say or do, you may say something like, "Oh, I don't want to mate. I don't mind being alone. I'm okay with being single." And then deep down inside, you just like, "Oh, I really want to be alone. I really want a girlfriend. I really want a man. I really want a husband. I really want a wife." And guess what? God know that. You lying to yourself. But your words have power. And so they can cancel out your gift, your whatever you have on the way by you saying you don't want it. I don't want it. You know what I mean? So you have to watch what you say, watch what you think, and keep in check of how you're feeling. Right? All right. Good talk. We'll do it again soon. All right.